In sketch mode, there are two sets of icons that look the same, and this can be confusing for new users. Near the middle of the ribbon, you can see these commands for coordinate system, point, and centerline, but if you go over to the left, we have coordinate system, point, and centerline. The difference between the two is that these over here create entities that exist only in the sketch. The ones in the datum group will actually create datum features. So let's take a look at the difference. Let's create a center line. I'll just start it here and then left click and create a point. And let's also create a coordinate system. So there I have my different entities. If I try to hit the check mark to get out of sketch mode, it's going to tell me that the section is incomplete because it doesn't have any entities. So let me click no to exit and just sketch in a circle. Hit the check mark, and there we have our sketch. If I turn on the display of all my datums, it didn't generate any other additional entities. Again, it just has the circle in that one sketch. Let's hide this one, and I'm going to create another sketch. Let me just use previous and change back to a 2D orientation. Now I'm going to create the same thing, except this time I'm going to use the icons on the left. Let's create a center line and a point and a coordinate system. Now that I am happy with that, I can right click and hit the check mark, and this time I'm able to get out of sketch mode, just making sure my entities are all visible. And here you can see that I indeed have an axis and a point and also a coordinate system. I'm going to edit definition of that sketch just to show you another thing that'll be generated. So back into sketch mode, and let's create a center rectangle. I'm going to just create it over here, hit the check mark, and so now my sketch has some geometry, and you'll notice that I centered it right on that point. Let's extrude the sketch, and I'll just hit the check mark. And I want you to notice that where that point was, we now have an axis in our feature. So when you use that sketcher datum point and extrude, you will get a datum axis created normal to your sketch plane. And one other thing that I want to mention, let's go back to the sketch. This center line over here, this is the one that's used for axes of revolutions for revolved features. For example, let me delete this stuff over here, and I've got, let's throw in a center line. I thought I had one, not sure where it went. But I'll put in that center line, and let's sketch in another rectangle. And I can pick the center line, right mouse click and hold, and designate this as the axis of revolution. Hit the check mark, and I'm going to take that sketch and revolve it. You see it automatically used that as the axis of revolution. If I go to the placement tab, you can see that we have internal center line there. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindshield.com. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and write a comment and click the subscribe button to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.